Hello, friends. Thank you so much for joining us in this consideration of the Spiritual Gems comments for the week of May 19th to 25th, 2025. We welcome you, and now let's get started. So, this week we're considering Proverbs chapter 14. In the question, what spiritual gems from this week's Bible reading would you like to share? Let's start with number 1, Proverbs 14:1. We read, "The truly wise woman builds up her house, but the foolish one tears it down with her own hands." An exemplary wife works for the good of her household. In contrast with a foolish woman who shows disrespect for the headship arrangement, a wise woman has deep respect for this provision. Rather than manifesting the attitude of disobedience and independence that is very common in this world, she is in submission to her mate. Number 2. The same verse teaches us that a wife who's foolish doesn't hesitate to speak unfavorably of her husband, whereas a wise woman works to increase the respect that her children and others have for him. Such a wife is careful not to undermine her husband's headship and nagging him or arguing with him. A foolish woman likely squanders her family's hard-earned resources. A supportive wife is not like that. She cooperates with her husband in financial matters. Number 3, 14:2, we read, "The one walking in his uprightness fears Jehovah, but the one whose ways are devious despises him." A truly wise person knows that it is his obligation to fear the true God and keep his commandments. On the other hand, the foolish one follows a course that is not in harmony with God's standards of uprightness. His ways are crooked. Such a person despises God, saying in his heart, "There is no God." Number 4, 14:3, we read, "The road of the haughtiness is in the mouth of the fool, but the lips of the wise will protect them. The words of a wise person are not rash or cutting. His heart meditates so as to answer. His well thought out speech is healing. It encourages the depressed souls and refreshes the downtrodden. Rather than irritating others, his lips promote peace and calmness." Number 5, 14:5, we read, "A faithful witness will not lie, but a false witness lies with every breath." The lies of a false witness certainly can do much harm. Naboth the Jezreelite was stoned to death because two good-for-nothing men falsely testified against him. And didn't false witnesses come forward against Jesus, leading to his death? False witnesses also testify against Stephen, the first disciple of Jesus, to be killed because of his faith. And guess what? They did so because their religious leaders gave them the order. Number 6, 14:7, we read, "Stay away from the foolish man, for you won't find knowledge on his lips." The foolish person lacks true knowledge. Lips that utter knowledge don't belong to him. The advice is to get away from such men, and it's wise to stay away from him. And of course, a foolish person is not someone with dyslexia or learning problem. It's a person who rejects deliberately God's standards. Number 7, 14:8, "By wisdom the shrewd man understands the way he's going, but the stupid are deceived by their foolishness. Wise person gives thought to his actions. He considers the various options that are open to him and ponders the possible outcome to which each one leads. He chooses his course wisely. What about the stupid person? He chooses a foolish way, believing that he knows what he's doing and that he's making the best choice. His foolishness deceives him. 8. 14:9. Fools make fun of guilt, but among the upright there is willingness to reconcile. The feeling of guilt or remorse is a laughing matter to a fool. He has damaged relationships at home and elsewhere. The upright person is willing to make allowances for the shortcomings of others. He's ready to apologize and make amends when he himself is in the wrong. Because he pursues peace, he enjoys happy and stable relationships with others. Number 9. 14:10 we read, "The heart knows its own bitterness, and no outsider can share in its joy." Since our innermost feelings can neither be precisely expressed at other times nor be always understood by onlookers, the emotional comfort that others can offer has its limitations. We may have to endure some difficulties by relying solely on Jehovah. Number 10. 14:12 we read, "There is a way that seems right to a man, but in the end it leads to death." The rich and famous of this world are generally viewed as respectable people to be admired. Their social and financial success may make it seem that their way of doing things is right. What though about means that many of such individuals use to gain wealth or fame? Are their ways always upright and moral? We must be careful not to allow a way that merely seems to be right to cause us to veer off the cramped road leading into life. Okay, friends, thank you so much for joining us in this consideration of the comments for the Spiritual Gems section of this week. We hope you have a wonderful meeting. Enjoy participating, listening, and giving your comments. Hope to see you in our next video.